Hello, welcome to Behind the Dreams. My name is Jordan. With me, as always, is Jack, and this is episode 100 of our
Woo!
show. It took me 6 years to get to this point, which probably should have took two, but if you do it weekly anyway. Um, but yeah, no, we're finally here. We're finally at episode 100. I think this is probably like your 12th or 13th episode. I haven't kept track, but
Something like that. Yeah.
But yeah, we're here, episode 100. So to celebrate, we got a couple news items. We've got Jack's trip that he just took, and then we have some trivia, fun and games and all that kind of stuff. So how are you today, Jack?
Good. And you know what? 6 years to get to the 100th episode. Uh, you said that it should have probably taken two. Sounds like Tron for Magic Kingdom. So,
Well, I was just trying to line
all
this up with Disney 100 is what I
yeah,
was
yeah,
trying to do
exactly,
this whole
exactly.
time.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was a strategic move.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Synergy.
yep, yep,
Synergy without us actually being part of the same corporate entity.
yep, yep.
Yeah, so we got some quick news items that we want to cover here. We can just get started with that, I guess. Haunted Mansion is getting a new queue area in Disneyland, and construction is beginning January 2024 because there's nothing like celebrating having a brand new film starring the Haunted Mansion than, closing part of the queue down and doing construction for
Yep.
the next however long it's going to take. Um, Apparently it's going to delve deeper into the lore of the mansion here, an expanded story with like a garden type look. Uh
Yeah, which I will say, having watched the movie now, makes sense. There, in the movie they show a pretty extended garden area. I mean, there's another garden area, in the mansion supposedly. So I think kind of cool, and getting more about Gracie. I'm forgetting the name. I think it's William. I want to say William for some reason. And
I think you're right.
Madame Leota. So you're getting some cool new things there. And of course, what would a renovation be without a place to make more money? Because there's a new gift shop coming as well to this area, themed to the Haunted Mansion. So uh you're gonna get some new queue areas, which the one in Disneyland is has been a lot more plain than the one in Magic Kingdom, so kind of needed. And of course, gotta have a gift shop, right?
Yeah, yeah. Uh this is look, Haunted Mansion merch and stuff flies off the shelves and stuff. I can't remember what Disneyland do they not have a gift shop already for this, or is it smaller?
Specific to Haunted Mansion,
Like how we have
don't
the
yeah, I don't remember them having one. Like, I will say, that I haven't been there in a few months, and I've only been there 3 times, so not as well versed on my Disneyland knowledge as I am with
Oh, I haven't been there in a
Haunted
few
Mansion.
months. Boo hoo. I haven't been there in 7 years.
Okay,
Okay.
they do not have a specific gift shop for Haunted Mansion there.
Okay,
I
so this
just
makes
looked at the
sense.
map. Yeah, so uh my main question is, where exactly is the gift shop going in this area? Because that
Looks like to the
area,
right of the mansion. Looks like there's like I guess where you can exit in the concept art.
oh
Um,
yeah, I guess so. The one thing is
Art
that
like if you're
worries
looking
me.
at the mansion to the right, if you're coming out of the mansion, it looks like it's to the left.
Yeah, the one worry is that area of the park. If you've been there around New Orleans Square, the pathways there get very, very crowded because Disneyland's lines, are very much so outside all the way.
Yeah, because
And
it's not Florida.
right. And so it gets super crowded, especially around Pirates and Haunted Mansion. So my one worry with that, even though I think the theming would be cool, is that you're gonna get some more crowding. And especially since they're adding a plaza over by Tiana's palace, in that area, more sitting area. I feel like there's a chance that it gets even a little bit more congested. So we'll see how crowd flow goes through there. I'm sure Imagineers have thought of that, right? But uh, that's the only worry I would have about it.
I think the concept art is kind of interesting for the garden area because, and honestly, it doesn't look like Haunted Mansion. It looks a little too bright, a little too many lights. It looks a little too happy over there. I was kind of thrown off by that.
No, they're making it like I shared in a previous episode, the enchanted mansion. Remember, instead of the enhanced mansion.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's enchanted. Uh, I mean, yeah, the lights look a little bright.
Like the one with the gift shop is like this dreary day, but the one with the garden is like, look at how bright and happy this is.
Yeah, I and also the flowers look a little too vibrant for a haunted mansion, maybe.
Yeah,
But
I was
well,
kind of thinking it'd be more like what we have at Disney World, right? Like a lot of the like that area that we walk in is a lot of tomb stuff and the garden is like, probably like where like that organ is playing or whatever,
yeah,
right? You can
it's more
yeah.
like shrubbery, right? Like it's a bunch
Yeah, yeah.
of buried shrubbery. It's not flowers, right? But I guess we'll see what it looks like at the end of it
Yeah, because
because
not everything is going to concept art isn't always what it looks like. I mean, you can
right,
just go back to Galaxy's Edge and look at
yeah,
that. Journey of Water had some cast previews going. They also have like the new marquee available, like it's up and you can see the marquee, like the signage and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, cast preview for that. It seems like it really is just like a walk through.
with some cool interactive elements if you're into that kind of stuff, right? Like there's some cool fountains. The fountain of Tafiti looks, or the statue, like 16 feet tall, looks very well done, very well created. Uh, you know, the main thing I'm looking forward to is that we'll have some more walking room around Epcot because it's been difficult the past few years to get around Epcot. So I'm looking
Yeah, can't
forward to
wait for all
that.
the drunk people getting lit in the Moana Journey of Water area.
Yeah. They're gonna come out of World Showcase, 11 drinks in,
Yep.
and go through, and they're like, whoa.
And they're gonna have to pee because all the water is gone. They're gonna get really
Hopefully they had
confused.
a bathroom at the end of it
Yeah, like
before
right
they
at
come
the
into it.
exit of it.
That's yeah. But I mean,
There's one by Journey of Imagination. There's a bathroom right there as soon as
all
you
the way around
exit.
the back. Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta go around the back. But
Oh no,
uh
there's the one right across from the land.
oh right,
Right
yeah,
as soon
okay.
as you exit Journey of
Right,
Water.
yeah,
I think it depends
right.
on where you enter and exit this thing. I guess you could probably enter and exit multiple ways. I would think.
Yeah, I mean, I given the videos that Disney have posted to like their TikTok accounts and social media, uh, it's looked pretty cool. There's some cool looking things. Definitely would be something I'd explore the next time I'm down there, uh, and check it out at least once. I know
That's
there's some
yeah.
there's some worry about crowding around that area because it's a new attraction, but I think it's just going to be kind of a cool place for to walk through. Also looks like there's some shade in that area too, which
Hmm.
if you've gone around World Showcase, you're definitely going to be wanting some shade by the end of that experience. So, uh, kind of just a cool little place to chill out a little bit.
Only downside for me really is it's probably something I'm doing once, right?
Yeah,
Probably something
yeah,
I'm doing once, and then like when I have kids, like taking them there to every so often and be like, hey, look, we got time to kill before our next, God forbid, Genie Plus Lightning Lane thing. So
by that time it will be $70 per person per day. Like
yeah,
inflation really is going to catch up there. But I think for younger kids, this is going to be great. Like, young kids who grew up and saw Moana when they were like, 3 or 4 are going to be really excited for
do
this.
we get updates for this when the rock version with the live action
Oh
comes
my
out
God. Could you imagine like they just add in the rock, like an animatronic of him just randomly
as
in there?
Maui?
My God. That would be traumatizing. I'm that right, like, no.
I'm still waiting for the Jungle Cruise integration of
Yeah,
Rock
yeah. He'll just pop up one day. Like one day they'll just have like just like how
instead of Trader Sam.
Just how Johnny Depp came into Pirates of the Caribbean. They're
Yes.
just gonna have rock animatronics. by 2050, he's going to be in every Disney franchise, here.
That's what I want. So what I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
is I want the Rock animatronic to be just like Johnny Depp's. He's like poking his head out of a basket, like whoa, and then like going
Yeah, yeah,
back
yeah.
down
Yeah, perfect. It's perfect. And hey,
up
you know what?
against like this wall here while the rhinos are poking the other people.
Yep, yep, perfect. That's perfect. That's how you integrated it right there. Because Jungle Cruise, the live action one, definitely did well enough for Disney to integrate that into the
I did
attraction.
enjoy it though.
It was better than I was expecting it to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give it that.
Yeah. Can't wait for the 5 films. So I'm sticking with park news right now. Tiana's Palace is opening September 7th. I feel like I said that last episode, but I can't remember. Um, so
They
actually, I think,
did show the menus. Like they
yeah,
do have complete menus.
this post was while you were on vacation, I think. So I doubt I talked about it then. Um, but yeah, so this is the one that's opening in, I think, Disneyland
I
at this point.
Yes, yes.
So
And
September 7th.
it
That's this week.
Yeah, and that's crazy. And but I'm gonna be honest, the menu looks really good. I would definitely eat here. Like it looks, some good Cajun food. You've got a variety of, like, the sides all look really good. The cornbread looks
You know what
amazing.
my favorite Cajun food is?
I'm gonna guess it's chicken based.
It is the Five Guys fries with the Cajun style.
Well, unfortunately, no Cajun fries.
Oh no,
They
they
they've
ruined it.
got they've got cheesy grits, heirloom rice, red beans, mac and cheese, and cornbread,
Hmm.
and coleslaw, which I love coleslaw. So I I think definitely whenever I go back there, that's going to be a place I'm going to try for sure because it looks pretty good. And also, they have their house filled beignets, which have a lemon filling, and the kicker, it comes first, like the bread, and that's the cool part.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Do we know if we're getting the same thing over here?
I would like it to because I feel like Magic Kingdom could use some more
I just don't want
good
them to mess
table
up with
service.
Pecos.
I've never eaten there, so I can't say that I'd necessarily miss it because of that, but
Pecos used to be the spot for me.
okay.
Um,
Now it's
when they
Cosmic
had
Rays.
it was like Cosmic Rays on
Okay.
like Monday, right? And then like the next day we went to Magic Kingdom, it's Pecos Bill, or
Okay.
even
Okay.
better, Cosmic Rays for lunch, Pecos for dinner.
Okay.
But then
That's
they
even
messed
better.
up Pecos menu by doing all the Mexican American food, like the Tex-Mex style
Mhm.
stuff that I don't really eat. Like I don't eat like chili or taco bowl or anything like that. So before it was like burgers, and I was like, yes. And they had one of the cheese dispensers too.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So like that was always my favorite spot was like any place that had the cheese dispenser for the fries to dip in was the spot.
That was a top pick. I see. Okay.
So but still I just like Pecos Bill even having a themed area. All right. So the next news here is we're going around the world here. Disney revealed some new details on Fantasy Springs, which is the expansion of Tokyo Disney, which is unveiling and coming out in 2024, which includes Rapunzel's Forest, Peter Pan's Neverland, and Frozen Kingdom, which of course are all based on 3 IP, Walt Disney films. So Lantern Festival with Rapunzel, we kind of saw like concept art, I think, of that before, and I think Paris is getting something like this too, but
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
not like a whole area. But yeah, so they have like the little village, and it has like the Lantern Festival. It has like the Rapunzel bathroom tower, that we have. I don't know if there'll be bathrooms in it, but there you go. I like the poster actually. There's a great poster.
The poster looks great.
Yeah, of you like on a boat with all the lanterns heading to the Kingdom of Corona.
Yeah,
Um,
I
I think
think,
they're trying to stay away from that name though. I don't see that name
yeah,
anywhere after coronavirus.
yeah, I have a feeling that that name might cease to exist for for the most part.
Yeah, yeah. It might be like
They'll
written
just call it,
somewhere, but it's
yeah,
not
Rapunzel's
gonna.
Kingdom. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, just call it that. It's close enough. But yeah, I mean, a boat attraction through that, if they can replicate that lantern scene really well, that's going to be a cool attraction for sure.
Yeah, they have the Snuggly Duckling restaurant too. This is what's gonna get my wife on board, I think, to like move Tokyo up the list here. Because this is like the next one I want to go to. It's Tokyo. You know, they have Pokemon centers over there. They have, I want to see Japan, and I want to see like a baseball game in Japan for my baseball bucket list. Like, and then, you know, Tokyo Disney, and they have like Kingdom Hearts statue and all that kind of stuff. So I want to go.
I mean, it's cool to see Rapunzel getting more than a bathroom in a park.
Yes.
That's
Yep.
because
Really, they could have probably put some of her stuff in New Fantasyland
yeah,
as well.
because Tangled's such a not only just a good movie but a popular movie.
I
Like,
think it
so
only got more popular later, though.
maybe, but it was a good movie. I
It's
remember
my
seeing
wife's
it.
favorite.
Okay,
She's like, that's her favorite. Maybe not film, but it's her favorite. You know, princess.
yeah, it's a good
So
choice.
I'd only watched it for the first time after I met her, actually.
And you were in the dark for a few years about a great Disney movie.
Yeah, and it's a Kingdom Hearts 3 world as well. Kingdom of Corona. Peter Pan's Neverland lets you explore a pirate ship, dine in a secret hideaway, or encounter pirates. That's a okay. Don't know if I want to dine in a secret hideaway, but it's called Lookout Cookout.
That's kind of cool. That's a fun name.
It's made from found objects and shipwrecked parts, and you can view Neverland from it. Then they have a ride called Peter Pan's Neverland Adventure, where you join the Lost Kids as they explore Neverland with Peter Pan and Tinker Bell, as well as help rescue John from Captain Hook. So I think this is kind of that revamped Peter Pan ride you want.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then they have a
Ideally with
very
better capacity.
yeah, I think it will. Elsewhere, guests can help Tinkerbell deliver parcels and packages to the 4 seasonal areas of Pixie Hollow for Tinkerbell's busy buggies.
So like a little kiddie ride, right?
Here's the issue. I don't want to deliver mail on my vacation.
Hey,
I'm on vacation.
Pixie Hollow, rain or shine, you
Yeah.
rain or shine, sleet or snow. The
My
Pixie
dad is
Hollow
a
mail service will be
postman,
there.
and I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm sure this is the top thing he wants to do on
Oh
his
yeah.
vacation.
Hey, you can deliver mail in Pixie Hollow. What who isn't dreaming about that?
And then there's Frozen Kingdom, which looks like it's probably going to be the biggest area, where you have Anna and Elsa's Frozen Journey, which I assume is going to be close to Maelstrom. I don't know. It says relive the tale
Yeah.
and how they discovered true love and fan favorite songs from the film.
I think it'll follow more of the plot of the movie than it seems like, maybe, instead of the I maintain the convoluted plot of Frozen Ever After.
I don't think it's that convoluted, but
But they invite you up to the castle, and then immediately you get up there, and Elsa's like, back, and you're gone. That's it.
yeah, because she's like, I am where the old part of Maelstrom used to be, so I have to push you back.
Yeah, yeah. It's mostly because they reuse the entire ride track. That's it.
Yes, yep. Royal Banquet of Arendelle restaurant, where you'll find indoor and a covered outdoor dining area with beautiful views of the fjord cliffs and mountains in the distance. For snacks, Oaken, the owner of the cabin and sauna featured in the film, has you covered at Oaken's OK Foods.
Nice. That's exactly what I'm looking for on vacation. Okay.
Just OK Food, yeah. And then they are having a new hotel. The Disney Sea Fantasy Springs Hotel is right next door, and they're going to have 2 dining options and a lobby lounge. The restaurant being one of them being called Fantasy Springs Restaurant. You know, they just nailing the names here.
Oh yeah.
Here you'll find paintings inspired by Snow White, Tangled, and Sleeping Beauty, and then La Libellule, which is going to, but say it French. And then it has French cuisine and views of the scenery in Fantasy Springs from the dining hall. And then they have a lounge called Grand Paradis, a lobby lounge with large open windows.
And of course, the
A
the
gift shop.
very astute naming here. Fantasy Springs Gifts, the merchandise
Yes.
store. Really hitting home the name there. Like they really want you to know this is Fantasy Springs. But overall, looks cool. Honestly, it looks like what New Fantasyland, I wish New Fantasyland was more of, right? Like
Hmm.
if you were going to expand it out instead of adding just two attractions, adding a bunch of cool themed lands all over. This is cool. This is really cool. I like it a lot. I am looking forward to seeing ride footage of these rides as well, especially of that Tangled boat ride, because I think if they can nail the lantern scene, it'll be like probably one of the greatest show scenes in a Disney attraction in a while.
It depends on how much effort they're putting into it, right? Are
True,
they
exactly.
is it gonna be like this night, or is it a rinky dink ride with just like paper lanterns?
Exactly.
Like,
No, that's what I
yeah.
mean. Like they have the potential to make something incredible there. Like so
And I
we'll
think Tokyo can, because I know Tokyo is more in control than Disney in that area. So
yeah.
uh I have more faith in the sense of like them nailing that type of thing.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm excited to see a big expansion like this. And yeah, I don't know when it'll be done. Is it
2024 it says.
wow, okay. Nice.
I think they've been working on it a bit, but
Okay. I
yeah,
don't
no,
keep
this
this
would
up
be
to date.
record time if they're like, we just unveiled it today and it's opening next year
Yeah.
because, but I don't know how Tokyo does, but they might be a little faster than the Orlando build.
Faster than Tron.
Yeah,
The
which
the
took
bar is
100
pretty
years.
low. The bar is pretty low when you compare anything to Tron's build time.
I know, like, geez, Universal's gonna have almost their whole third park open, like shortly after Tron opened, and
It took Disney 3 years to build Animal Kingdom. They unveiled it in
yep.
1995 and broke ground then, opened in 1998. So twice the time it took.
Well, it's a lot of I would say red tape in the newer Disney corporate.
Yeah, and also the whole pandemic thing. Yeah,
That didn't slow it down that much. I really don't think it
yeah,
did.
not a ton, but still a little bit. So I can give it.
They were
I
already 3 years into building
yeah
at that
yeah.
point. I mean, come on, that should have been already open. That was originally slated for 2021, right?
Yeah, for the 50th anniversary. Yeah,
Yeah.
but then the 100th anniversary came around, and they're like,
And they're
oh
like, let's push it. they,
yeah,
they were like me with the podcast hit 100 episodes. They're like, we'll just
yeah.
push it 100 anniversary.
See, you were just following Disney's lead. That's it. That's it.
Yeah. Destination D23, which is not a real D23, is this weekend coming up next week. Um, they're having a parks presentation on 9/9 at 9:15. They really should have started at 9:09 just to be really in
Honestly,
theme
yeah.
of 9/9/9/09.
Yeah. Big missed opportunity there, but
Yes, they ruined it. But here's the official synopsis, right? Disney Parks Experiences and Products Chairman Josh D'Armo and special guests look at the future of Disney Parks, featuring updates from around the world and some fun surprises along the way. I'm in two minds of this, Jack. Part of me thinks I'm keeping my expectations in check because it's not a real D23, and this presentation synopsis doesn't give me a lot of hope. The reason why I am feeling optimistic is that this is the 100th anniversary. If you're not going to unveil something big now, when are you? You're going to wait
yeah.
for 101 next year when you unveil the 101 Dalmatians attraction?
Yeah, 101 Dalmatians takeover.
Thoughts on it?
Every attraction will add in a Dalmatian animatronic, and it's up to you to find it.
There you go.
That's it. Yep.
We should
Hire
be
me.
in charge.
Yeah, hire
But
me.
so I'm in like two minds about this, and I think are we gonna try to do something live that day, or are we
I
doing
think we
like a
might.
quick recap afterwards?
I
What's
think
the
we'll
plan?
try and do something with that. Either a live stream, or a quick little video that'll go up really soon after it's done. Uh, we'll try and do something. We'll post something on social media. I think primarily using Facebook. So keep an eye
And
on
Twitter.
that.
You can still
And
get us
Twitter.
on
Yeah,
Twitter
that's right. Yep.
and TikTok.
Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. There will be something up there. Ideally on all three to let you know.
Yes. And last bit of news here. Lorcana, the Disney trading card game, released on Friday in retail. I got 2 booster packs here. I did open them. The first one I opened is now on TikTok as well. So if people want to see what pulls I had, um, but yeah, it was, look, scalpers are ruining it. They didn't have enough product to begin with, which is ruining it. Who would have thought a Disney trading card game would be so popular, right? Most
Yeah.
people,
Wow.
apparently, except for the people producing it. But yeah, so that's available. Well, probably not at the time you're listening. You're probably not gonna be able to find any. But they're reprinting the first set for quarter 1 of next year, and another set's supposed to come out later this year. So hopefully, at some point, the cards are plentiful, and the scalpers can just, not make any money off of this. Is my main wish. I want them to have to sell it for regular price.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's it. So Jack, I guess let's move over to your trip.
Yeah. I was only in the Disney parks for 2 days. In August 15th and August 16th. I guess technically I
You
was
made it
in
worth it though.
yeah, I was in Disney Springs also on the 14th and the 21st. So went to Vero Beach, Disney's Vero Beach for a few days in between there. But yeah, we did a lot of stuff. So I tried a lot of new foods. By the way, if you want to see the new foods and see ratings of those food items, including some food and wine festival stuff, you should check out our TikTok at Behind the Dreams Pod. I think that's the correct at for that.
It
So
is. Yep.
that check that out on there. There's videos for both of the 2 days in the parks. But the first thing I did when we checked in actually was I had a job interview immediately at Grand Floridian. So fun times there. Great way to start a Disney park.
Clarify that. Not working for Grand Floridian.
Right. No,
It
no,
just
no,
took
no,
place
no.
there
It just took place there.
virtually.
Yes. Took place virtually. Kind of a cool time. Got to take my interview while looking out in over to the Magic Kingdom.
I was gonna say at the Mad Hatter water slide.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That would have been quite a view. Yeah. But no, towards Magic Kingdom. So kind of cool to have that. And after that, I went to Disney Springs, and if you've been listening for a while, you know I'm an Indiana Jones fan. So I finally got to Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar, had looked at the prices of alcoholic beverages, decided not to spend that much money right away, and got a non-alcoholic mojito called the Poisonless Dart, which was very good. And
That's the kind of
kind of
place you go in and you say, "Water, please," and
yeah, yeah.
that's it.
But it was well themed. You know, you could look around and they had artifacts from the movies. They had the voodoo dolls from Temple of Doom that they created for Indy, Willie, and Short Round. They had the fertility idol from the classic opening scene of Raiders of the Lost Ark. They had Reggie, the Jock's pet snake, who is mentioned once in the entire franchise. And his box is open in there, so presumably he's just crawling around in there.
Why did it have to be snakes?
Yep. So Reggie's around there somewhere, but just some really cool theming. If you're an Indiana Jones fan, check it out. It's a really cool themed place. The food items also looked good, but I was already full because we ate at Gasparilla's Island Grill at Grand Floridian. So I just had a drink. Fun time. Uh, but the foods, there were a lot of different things I wanted to try in each of the parks, and found some new favorites. Animal Kingdom, though, by far the best for food items, I would say. Like both of the items I ate in Animal Kingdom were amazing. Had Mr. Kamal's seasoned fries, have a really nice flavorful seasoning blend on them with sriracha mayo. Really good. And if you like the classic Disney fries, but you want it with a little bit more flavor on it, perfect snack. But the best thing, the buffalo chicken chips. I had avoided it for a while because I miss the buffalo chicken waffle that they used to have at Trilobites. I was sad. I was salty about it. But I finally gave it a try. It's great. It's like the house-made potato chips you can get at some restaurants with a lot of chicken on it. You've got blue cheese and celery and tomato on top of it, and it was really good. Honestly, could be a whole meal. So definitely check both of those out at Animal Kingdom. I think like now my go-to snack park. I think for anything in there. So and now
Animal
also
Kingdom?
yeah, Animal
That's
Kingdom,
good.
and because Trilobites is part of Dinoland, I am now anti Dinoland takedown.
Erasure.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm because if that means they get rid of the buffalo chicken chips, then it's not worth it. Nothing. They could be putting in my favorite attraction, the Indiana Jones adventure there, and I'm sorry, the buffalo chicken chips need to stay.
See? Conversion complete. I do want to say too, like my friend Rich was down there for his birthday in end of August. He just got back.
Oh, nice.
Um, he posted on 4 days ago when he was at Animal Kingdom a picture of the Tree of Life, and he put the glorified zoo with a few attractions. And I said, "You best watch your mouth about Dak."
It's cool. They may not have a ton of attractions there, but the ones they do have are pretty good.
It's a chill park. When I went with my wife last time in March for my friend's wedding, we kind of made a plan to like we rode some of the attractions, but we also made a plan to see a lot of the animals because we've been watching that Animal Kingdom
Yeah,
show on Disney Plus. And I mean, we spent a whole day pretty much doing, looking at the animals and doing the safari and going to Rafiki's Planet Watch and petting the petting zoo and all that kind of stuff that like it, I think working there gave me more appreciation anyway, but I do hope people I understand you're on vacation and want to ride rides and stuff, but also it's a very relaxing time just going to see the animals and
yeah,
having fun with the animals.
yeah. Also, definitely the least crowded park of the time there. So very very nice and chill. Got on. I'll talk about that with the wait times in a little bit, but
Hmm.
just a few other food items that I want to mention because there were some good ones at the Food and Wine Festival. Because on my actual birthday, the 16th, I went to Epcot, which is my favorite park. I've got the World Showcase hat from Epcot's 35th
Yeah, you're a
anniversary.
basic guy. Epcot's your
Hey,
favorite. We get
hey,
it.
hey! It's the best. I think the basic answer now is Hollywood Studios. I think Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios are the basic answers.
I don't
Epcot's
think
been
so anymore. I know
Epcot's
so
been
many
through the
people
ringer,
that
man.
Epcot is their favorite. I think that is like when you're like a 21-year-old or a college kid, I feel like the answer is Epcot. When you're a
But it's
kid, the answer is Magic Kingdom.
but it's not for the drinking though. That's the thing.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, for some people, it's that. For some people, it is like like for us type thing, the food or like the World Showcase type stuff.
Yeah. But there was some great stuff. I just said not for the drinking, but the first thing I had a tropical mimosa which has the pog juice in it, which come on, anything with pog juice is automatically good, right? Like can you really go wrong with pog juice? I don't think so. So that was really good. They had this spiced chocolate tart which had a barbecue chip crust, which sounded a little odd. The flavor was a little what the texture of the crust was a little strange, but the flavors mixed surprisingly well together. I was surprised with it, and it was only 4.75, so pretty good price for a decent snack there. But my favorite thing by far at Epcot that I had was from the fry basket, the pickle fries, 550, amazing. Like they're pickle spears and they're deep fried. Uh, if you deep fry most things, they get really good. Pickles are no exception. The ranch that came with it was great. The only complaint I have is they don't give you enough ranch. That's about it. But everything was crisp. Everything was great. Highly recommend that if you head down during the Food and Wine Festival. Um, and of course, I got my favorite from Refreshment out Port, not Outpost. That's over on the other side, which is the poutine. Again, if you like Disney fries and you like cheese, you'll like the poutine,
Hmm.
and I guess beef gravy. Uh,
Yeah, I don't like beef gravy, so
it's so good.
it's
I
out.
love
It's
I
out
love
now.
all types of gravy, and the breakfast bowl at Woody's, by the way, with brisket gravy, also very good. Lots of food on that too.
Yuck.
Man, you're missing out on so many good
I don't
foods.
like gravy. Um,
It's just flour, milk, and sausage, basically.
I don't like sausage.
Oh man.
That's
But this one has brisket, so
It's been
like,
solidified too because we're on this diet and we tried to have chicken sausage for replacement for hot dogs, and I could not eat that. I was like, this is not good. It was
oh
Italian style too, but it's probably the most non-German thing about me is that I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
like
that
sausage
come on.
and beer, I guess.
Yeah, what is are you sure you're German? What is this?
Vegan German, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Just kidding. um, okay. So I guess is that all the food? Do you want to go into
Yeah,
your
no,
wait
that
times here?
yeah.
How was your wait times at the parks?
So if you know me, I think I've mentioned it on here. I love data and I love analyzing data. So I collected a lot of data on the wait times of everything. So I recorded the posted wait time for every attraction and the actual time waited, and then averaged that out, calculated the difference between it and the average overestimations. Because let me tell you, almost every wait was overestimated by a pretty significant amount. Some highlights from Hollywood Studios. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway was posted at 55 minutes. We waited 30. Tower of Terror was posted at 65. We waited 41 minutes, and that was with downtime for the ride for 16 minutes. So it would have been even less. Uh, and we rode Tower of Terror a second time when it was posted at 45 minutes. Only waited 30 that time. Midway Mania was posted at 25, and we waited 15. All in all, it was estimated that the estimated total wait was 355 minutes, or about 6 hours, 5 minutes less than that. We waited a total of 3 hours and 5 minutes on, let's see, 8 attractions. And so on average, so the total difference between the times was almost 3 hours, which means they overestimated by about 21 minutes per attraction. Pretty big overestimate there. And Animal Kingdom was even bigger because Flight of Passage was posted at 60 minutes, 22-minute wait. We walked into the queue. We were like,
Wow.
okay, we'll wait for 60 minutes. That's pretty low for this attraction.
Yeah,
We walked in and we were
I
like,
waited three
wait,
hours.
wow.
It was my wife's first time riding it, so
It's a
we
really cool
had to,
attraction.
and we got there. That was a day we got there. Like the park opened an hour before
And
opening.
did you rope drop it too? Like,
We rope dropped it, and it took 3 hours to get on it.
wow. Yeah,
Yeah,
we really lucked out because we just kept walking. Like, we were passing by everything and we were like, whoa, wait, where's this line starting? And it started right at the animatronic of the
the
Navi in the
tank.
tank. Yeah, which is
Nice.
really far in. Like, you
Yeah,
just have
that's like close.
that one concourse into the main loading area. So,
I've never
and
started that early. Like I've
yeah,
never,
and this is
Yeah,
and the 22 minutes includes all the pre-shows.
yeah.
So pretty good. And then Navi River Journey was posted at 75. My dad, brother, and I only waited 15 minutes or 20 minutes, I think, actually, because my mom and sister don't like Flight of Passage. So they
Hmm.
went into that line. We caught up with them because the line was moving slow. And yeah, so they only waited 50 minutes in total, though, for that. So lower there. Everest was posted as 30. We waited 15. Dinosaur was posted at 15. We waited 10. So in
It's
total,
usual standard for dinosaur.
the total estimated was 3 hours. We waited a total of an hour and a half. So about an average overestimation of about 21 minutes there too.
Wow.
Uh, Epcot had the only attraction with a higher wait time than what was posted, uh, which was Soarin', which was posted at 15, and we waited 20.
Wow.
So, but everything else was lower. Living with the Land was walk on. Frozen was posted at 65. We waited 20. Grand Fiesta Tour was posted at 5, and we walked on. Spaceship Earth had a 15-minute wait, supposedly. Took 5 minutes. And I rode on Spaceship Earth twice because it was my birthday and it's my favorite attraction. So, and overestimated the wait on that as well. Total wait was 4 hours and 50 minutes, uh, like estimated, but we waited a total of about 2 hours. So overestimated by about 15 minutes. And then Magic Kingdom, we barely spent any time in, just late night. Space Mountain was 50 minutes supposedly. We waited 15. Peter Pan was posted at 35. We waited 15. And Tron was doesn't have a wait. We waited 50 minutes for that for the last. We got one of the last virtual queue boarding
Hmm.
groups for because they have for deluxe resort guests. They have an evening one if they have evening hours that night.
Yeah.
But yeah, so another overestimation. And in total, the average overestimated wait of an attraction, 18 minutes. So at least for this period in August, they overestimated by almost 20 minutes per attraction. So maybe if you go in the summer, you can collect some other data.
I really wish I knew how it worked because like I guess I should ask some of my friends that worked in attractions if they can tell me because do you ever get like the red tag thing and you feel super special?
They used to. I haven't seen it in such a long time now.
Yeah, because
I
that's
f-
how they track.
yeah, I feel like maybe they prioritize giving it to like groups with like younger kids or something like that because
I
it's
used
kind
to
of a
get it
cool
quite a
thing.
bit actually.
But I don't I wonder if now they're like tracking it through like the app usage or something like that, which is why
Yeah, I don't know.
it's off because
Because I mean, it used to still be off, but I felt like it was if they're not using the red tag anymore, it was closer with the red tag because um and I don't know how they did it. I don't think it just updated it to whoever last had it. I think they probably still did some sort of math formula like this person had it this time, this person had it this time and
oh yeah, for
figure it
sure.
out. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but it seemed a lot more overestimated. And I've also heard rumors of like, Disney will bump up wait times a little bit in crowded areas of the park to push you to other areas of the park. So maybe we just got really lucky with that. But I'm going to tell you, statistically, having an overestimated wait of over 5 minutes on all but one attraction, that's pretty unlikely. If even if they're pushing up the weights a little bit. So, but in total, the estimated waits that we had over 2 days was 15 hours. The total we waited was about 8 hours. So
It's
almost
crazy
seven.
because I've
Yeah.
never tracked like that before, but just knowing that I've wasted like 8 hours of my life in line on on 2 days of
Yeah.
a trip, like that's
It's a lot,
crazy.
but I mean, some of those are taking up a lot of time. Like Guardians of the Galaxy, for example, Cosmic Rewind was a 50-minute wait. In Tron
After
was
you
a
got
50-minute
called.
wait. Yeah. So, you know, and Cosmic Rewind was down for like 4 hours at the beginning of the day. So that's why we spent so long in Epcot and not as much in Magic Kingdom because we were waiting for a virtual queue group to get called because no. And I think I got the best song on that now. Disco Inferno is amazing for that attraction. I love it. I liked it more than Iran, which I got the last time. So
I have not had either of those yet. I had my favorite one has been the oh, let me look up the list of songs again.
they've got Everybody Wants to Rule the World, Conga, Iran, One Way or Another, and September are
Yeah,
the
I've
other
had
ones.
September in one way or another, and I think both of those have been great.
Yeah.
One way or another was really great. That was my first time riding it, and it was just like how that song goes as you're like blasting through. You're like, this is great. And then the second time it was September, and I was like, this is fun too. But I think I really liked the one way or another. How up tempo that song is, and
It
you
it
know,
feels like you're giving chase
and
through
it
it. Like
feels
that.
like the theme of the ride. Like one way or another, they have to get this thing fixed, right? Like so
Yeah.
for me, it was like really fitting. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I've listened to Disco Inferno, by the way, is an 11-minute song. I looked up my Spotify
Is it really?
statistics. Yes. They use the album version, which is only 3.5
Oh,
minutes
okay,
long for it.
okay.
But I
You're
looked up
listening
my
to the big one.
yeah, I looked up my Spotify statistics since I got that song. I've listened to it uh 47 times.
Jeez, a whiz.
every time I take I go out for outside or anything like that, or I'm walking anywhere, like immediately I throw that song on because it's so good. Like
You're like a
just
real world Star Lord.
yeah, basically that.
Going to do your chores and you're like, gotta listen to my mixtape.
Yep. But honestly, I think watching videos for all the other ones, every song looks good for it. But
Yeah,
yeah, one other note that a few other notes about it. There's construction everywhere. Grand Floridian has a ton of construction. Epcot, you can
Polly.
see there's a lot of Polynesian, which by the way they're making good progress on that the DVC villas there. Uh,
Just hope it
like
looks good.
I'm hoping so
I
too.
don't know if it fits Polly.
Yeah, it looks a bit more like gentrified Hawaii, if that makes sense, than actual Polynesian
Yeah.
architecture. But there's construction like going on the monorail. You can see for the new center area past Spaceship Earth of Epcot. Construction's going along nicely on that. Hopefully that will be done soon. Uh, but yeah, there's just lots of construction. And honestly, like it didn't distract too much from things. But it's worth noting if you're going in the next few months that you're going to see a lot of construction and there's going to
Really
be some
any
path.
time you go down there at this
Yeah,
point.
there's going to be a lot of pathways that are obstructed, especially if you're staying at Grand Floridian or Polynesian. But I'm sure it'll look great by the end of it. And the other thing is I did ride Tron and virtual queue got it for that evening one, which by the way was open apparently for like 11 or 12 minutes at least.
Wow.
So like that late night virtual queue, if you're staying at a deluxe resort, easy to get for that one. And the big question is Tron worth it? If you're able to get the virtual queue, yeah. It is. I will say the seats are very strange to sit in or lean in, I guess, because you're not really sitting. And I thought it went upside down at first. It does not go upside down. So there is that. It's pretty short. I'm gonna be honest. Like
Yeah,
it was
that's what I heard.
just over a minute. It felt like. It has some cool elements, especially if you ride it at night. You know, seeing that canopy over the
That's
outside
longer
portion.
than Rock and Roller Coaster still, right?
Honestly, I think Rock and Roller Coaster might be slightly longer. I think they're probably pretty close in length. But you know, the outside part, if you're going at night with the canopy lit up, is amazing. The launch is super cool. Once you go inside, if you like Tron and you like the theming of that, you'll have a blast with it. But the
I've
ride
never
is
seen
very
Tron
quick.
still.
Really,
Yeah.
it's an all right movie.
He's
It's
a
not the
Kingdom Hearts character to me.
everyone's a Kingdom Hearts character.
Yes.
uh, but yeah, it's a fun attraction. My brother who really wanted to ride it. He enjoyed it a lot. Uh, my sister was not a huge fan. She was pretty tired at the end of that day, so staying out until she was not happy with staying that late at the park. Uh, but would I ride it again? Yeah, if I get a virtual queue, I'm definitely not going to pay for the lightning lane to ride it again.
Yeah.
But
You're right, by the way. Rock and Roller Coaster is a minute 22 seconds. From the launch to deceleration for Tron is under 60 seconds.
yeah, I mean there is a little part before you get to the launch where you're riding around on the coaster. Like there's like a turn before it. So
Oh,
maybe
okay.
it's about the same length
Yeah,
at
probably.
there. But it's super short. So it goes very quick. It's pretty cool. Uh but yeah, if I'd get if I would not pay for the individual lightning lane for it personally. Uh but yeah, that's about it. Crowds were pretty okay. You know, there were some high wait times posted, but nothing too bad for waits. The heat, it was hot. I mean, it's Florida in August, so but
Yeah, my
it it
friend Rich said this week was really hot too, like
it felt
record
like
hot.
104 every day.
Jeez.
So it was hot there. So if you go in the summer, bring a lot of water.
Right,
definitely,
get one of those
definitely.
refillable mugs. I have a Brita refillable filtered mug,
Oh yeah,
like
definitely.
cup thing. We usually take that, and then you can fill it at the, mug refill stations or any refill
Yep.
station, and you'll be set. You definitely want the filter with the Florida water. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So yeah, I mean, I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed. I've been to Disney like the week before my birthday and the week after my birthday, but never on my birthday. In
mm,
all the times I've been, which I've been well over 25 times at this point, I'd never been on my birthday, and so it was super cool to actually have be in my favorite park uh, on my actual birthday, and
I don't know
got
if
to
I've been. I don't know.
it was pretty fun. I enjoyed it, and I had Ohana dinner uh for my birthday. But now I will say my favorite buffet now, Cape May Cafe at the Beach Club Resort. Really good if you like seafood. Even if you don't like seafood, there's a lot of great stuff there. We ate there on the 21st as like a we were heading back from Vero Beach to Orlando to fly out, and we were
Right.
like, "Oh, there's a reservation here for because our flight was at 9 p.m." So we were like, "Oh, well, why don't we just eat on property somewhere?" So we ate
How
at
long
Beach
is
Club.
the flight for you?
About 3.5 hours.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad, but
Ours is 2 hours, but that is like, I mean, most of the time we're landing within like an hour and a half.
nice. Yeah, ours does not get there early most of the time.
All right, I guess we should do our trivia, right?
Yeah. We figured, we've been doing a lot of trivia
Yeah,
games
explain it.
recently, and it's the 100th episode. So what better way than to celebrate it than do some trivia Olympics? We've got 5 trivia like events based off of different things here. So you can play along if you want to. Uh, and we've got 5 events. We've got a classic trivia. We each came up with some trivia questions that are just basic parks trivia. We've got one for guessing the attraction in 90 minutes by asking, or 90 minutes, 90 seconds.
Yeah, we got a marathon here. We're gonna take 90
90,
minutes to guess one round.
90 seconds to guess an attraction by asking a series of yes or no questions, kind of like 20
Like, I got
questions, but
plans.
yeah, yeah. I do too. I'm supposed to play basketball in like a few hours. Like I've got to
Yeah.
but so kind of like 20 questions, but a time limit instead of a question limit.
Yeah.
Then this game called
15 seconds.
yeah, a game called Wavelength, where I'm gonna think of a number. Maybe we'll do it where the person who's guessing has to like close their eyes, take off the headphones for a second. We reveal the number that they're trying to guess to everyone else who's watching. So,
No, what I'll do is I'll probably just edit the number afterwards
oh, there
onto
you
the
go.
screen.
Well,
But
yeah,
if you're
that then you
listening,
can then it's easier to play along. Yeah,
yeah, and if you're
yep,
listening to the audio version, you'll just have to listen to, what we've said about this stuff in the past. And we'll, of course, you can try to play along still, and then I'll give the answer audibly as well
yeah,
after, when we figure out if we're right or wrong. But
yeah. Then we've got The Price is Right. We have a series of different things on Disney property. How much does it cost? You have to try and guess it without going over. Whoever has the lowest combined difference between the actual price and the guest price wins that. And then, of course, classic grid trivia, but 3x3 grids, I think we did this time. So,
yes, yep.
uh, making it a little bit smaller. But we've got quite a lot of trivia to get through.
Yeah,
So
we got to book it.
let's start off with the classic trivia.
All right, so
Do you want to
when it's
alternate
classic,
or
yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Do we want to alternate? I think we alternate.
okay. Do you want to go first or
Sure.
all right?
Yeah. All right. So of course, this one is multiple choice because of the standard of the question. But
So we're starting off right away with a tough one then, is what
well,
I'm hearing.
no. I mean, like, just because of what the question is, you're gonna be able to know there's only a couple options. All right.
Okay.
So, what is the smallest park by acres in Disney World? So, of course, that leaves you with Magic, Epcot, Animal, or Hollywood.
Okay. Smallest one by acreage. God, I'm
Bonus point if
I'm
you get the acres. I'll give you that too.
I'm gonna say Magic Kingdom. I think it's between Magic and Hollywood. Uh, I think Magic Kingdom. I'm not sure with the new Fantasyland edition if it's still the smallest, but I think at one point it was. Galaxy's Edge expansion for Hollywood probably extended it out. I'm gonna say Magic Kingdom's the smallest.
You are correct.
Nice. Okay.
From the latest info I could find, Magic Kingdom is the smallest with 107 acres,
Okay. Wow.
compared to Hollywood with 135 acres, Epcot at 305, and Animal Kingdom with
Yeah.
580 acres.
I knew Animal Kingdom was wrong.
Yes, that was the
I knew
largest.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got a question. I'm gonna start off with an easier one, I think. Uh, when Animal Kingdom opened, Kilimanjaro Safaris was a thrilling attraction that saw you rescue a baby elephant from poachers. What was that baby elephant's name?
Dang, this might be something I don't know.
Really?
I
Okay.
know I just looked at it recently too. Is it red?
You're super close.
Am I close?
You are. Do you want to try? There's one word that comes before it.
Oh, is it Lil Red?
Little Red. Yes. It's Little
I
Red.
call him Lil Red, and I make him like a rapper.
And I do have a bonus question. What year was that part of the attraction replaced?
2006?
No, it was actually 2012, which
Oh, it was right
surprised me.
before I went down there again for my
Yeah,
first program.
I was surprised. I thought it was like way earlier, but
Yeah, my wife just recently found this out, and she was like, "What?" And I was like,
oh,
"Yeah,
she didn't
this
know
is
about the storyline.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah." I think she just found it from like some video or something. I was like, she was like, "Do you remember this?" I was like, "Yeah." Like, and then it made me think. I was like, "Oh yeah, they got rid of that."
Yeah, it used to be crazy, right? Like what an
Yeah,
intense storyline to
yeah, pretty dark.
yeah. I mean, it used to be even darker, but they
Hmm.
lightened it up a little bit.
Yeah,
Lightened
just
it.
imagine like you're hearing like gunshots from the poachers and
Yeah.
stuff. You're like,
And they
"Oh,
showed like the corpse of Big Red earlier.
yes."
Like, wow. Disney definitely wouldn't be doing that today.
Well, technically, yeah, because they
Yeah,
got rid of
technically no.
it. All right. I'm trying to find the right way to word this one. What is
Okay.
a common item that you cannot find in Disney World? It's not sold on Disney World property at all.
Okay. Oh wait, this isn't multiple choice. Oh. Okay. Uh I'll go with bubble gum.
Yes, correct.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
bubblegum.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you can bring it in, of course, but
Right, okay.
they do not sell it because they don't want you to stick it everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. I was waiting for like options and I was like, "Oh, wait." And then
Yeah,
I
I was wondering how to word this because I was like, if I give options, it's too easy. And if I say a sticky substance that is not sold,
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that makes sense. Uh okay. This one is a little bit tougher, I think. It's a multiple choice one. So, which of these attractions has the lowest top speed? You've got Seven Dwarves Mine Train,
mm-hmm,
Big Thunder Mountain,
mm-hmm.
Space Mountain, or Slinky Dog Dash.
Dang. So going through my thought process here, space is like 30 miles an hour. I don't think Big Thunder goes faster than that. I don't think Mine Train goes faster than that. And Slinky Dog, I actually have no clue. So I'm down to Mine Train and Big Thunder. I will go with Mine Train because it is in a smaller area. I feel like it's harder to build up the speed.
That's incorrect. In fact, that's the second fastest on this
Is it
list.
really?
The slowest is actually Space Mountain.
Really?
It only goes 27 miles per hour, which is only 1 mile per hour faster than the Barnstormer.
Wow. Yeah, I know
I
because the dark makes it feel faster.
right, and the sharp
How
turns and
fast
everything.
does Thunder go?
It goes 30, so it's very close. It's
Mm,
you were right in thinking about 30 for that. Seven Dwarves is 34, and Slinky Dog is fastest at 40 miles per hour.
Yeah,
That's a
I
tough
figured
one.
Slinky was going to be faster, but I've
That's a
only
really
rode that
tough
like
one too, Joe.
twice, so I'm not.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
All right, so this one's probably really easy, but people commonly call Disney World the happiest place on earth, but that is actually Disneyland. What is Disney World's slogan?
Oh God, I should know it. Is it the most magical place on earth?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Okay. I
Yep.
was overthinking it for a second, I
Yep.
think.
I was like, wow, all right, this is actually taking him a bit.
Yeah. Okay, that I should have gotten that earlier because I actually watched a video that mentioned that recently, but uh okay, I'm going to try and go to an easier question here, I think. Because the other one was a little tough. So I wrote down 12 questions even though we're only doing 7. So
Hmm.
I've
I
got a
wrote down
few here.
7. I was like, this is all he's
Okay.
getting.
Um yeah, let's do this one. This attraction was almost abandoned until an Imagineer dusted off his childhood erector set and built a prototype of the attraction that allowed development to move forward without breaking the bank. And I've got an extra hint as well if you need it.
Yeah, I'm gonna need the extra hint. This
Okay.
is easy. All right, yeah, go ahead.
The change that was made was that all guests were loaded on the same level instead of needing multiple levels to be loaded into.
There was a project that was almost abandoned.
Because originally they thought they had to load everyone on separate levels, but then found this Imagineer, created a model that then allowed Disney to load everyone on the same level while still having separate levels of an attraction.
Levels this way?
Yeah, up. And I can give you one more hint on it to help narrow it down.
Yeah, I might need more hint.
In Disney World, this attraction is found at Epcot.
Is it supposed to be soaring?
It is
Oh,
soaring.
okay. No, I never
Soaring.
heard that before. I never
Oh,
heard it
really?
was almost
Okay.
abandoned or anything.
Yeah, it was in the Imagineering story on Disney Plus, I believe.
Was it? Oh, I didn't
I
even
think
hear.
so.
It must have went right over my head then.
But yeah, so the Imagineer that was on this originally Soren, they thought they would have to load people on 3 levels and then put them straight out,
Makes sense.
which would have been disastrous because financially too much, and also think about how low the load capacity would be. An Imagineer then found his erector set of toys, metal models basically, and created a prototype that allowed everyone to load on the same level and then using a hand crank, push them up and have the 3 different levels like that.
Wow.
So Soren almost didn't exist if not for an Imagineer playing with some toys on a weekend.
That's interesting. All right. I'm wondering if you're going to know this one.
Okay.
So I do have options if you need the options.
Okay.
And if you say you know it right away, don't guess right away. I'm going to give the options to the listeners, I believe. Okay.
Okay.
Which science fiction author was hired to help develop the storyline for Spaceship Earth?
I do know this.
Okay, so the options: Philip K. Dick, Isaac Asimov, Orson Scott Card, and Ray Bradbury.
And I know this because if you check our TikTok account, I found a book at a local bookstore that is about the history of Epcot from 1982.
Is this the first
before
time you heard that?
Yes, I think that was the first time. So it was
Because researching for this was the first time I heard this.
yeah,
But yeah.
but it is Ray Bradbury who was involved. And another reason I know that is on the behind the attraction on Disney Plus. Ray Bradbury is cited as an advisor for Epcot, and so he helped develop that story.
He was actually friends with Walt too. But here's a quote from 1982 from Ray Bradbury. Everyone in the world will come to these gates. Why? Because they want to look at the world of the future. They want to see how to make better human beings. That's what this whole thing is about. The cynics are already here and they're terrifying one another. What Disney is doing is showing the world that there are alternate ways to do things that can make us all happy. If we can borrow some of the concepts of Disneyland, Disney World, and Epcot, then indeed the world can be a better place.
Yeah, it feels like Epcot's kind of gone away from that
I
idea.
found that quote from the Disney website, by the way, that they posted after Ray Bradbury passed away in like 2018.
Yeah. I mean, he made a great attraction, one of my favorites in Disney World. So, uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I believe some of the story has changed since he worked on it, but
yeah, a little bit. Like, they had to expand out into the future a little bit as the future kept being created.
yeah.
But okay, I think you'll get this one here. Carousel of Progress takes us through time to watch an American family learn about and use new technology. What holidays do we see this family celebrating?
Okay. So we have Halloween.
Mhm.
We have 4th of July. We have Christmas. And we have. So what time period did I miss so far? We have. What show number 2 is Halloween, right? Show number 3 is July 4th. Then you have the last show being Christmas. How many are there? 5 or 4?
There's there's four animatronic shows. There you could count the a fifth one where they have the intro, but
Yeah, yeah. What am I missing then? Because it's like an oddball one, right? It's not
it,
Thanksgiving.
it is an oddball holiday. It's not one that you would commonly think of.
Yeah, that's why I'm getting stumped here. Um, July 4th is when the power goes out, right?
Mhm,
Yeah, yeah, because she's making the Statue of Liberty thing.
right.
Halloween.
I'll say you've gotten those three correct so far. Like you
Yeah.
you have those three correct.
So I'm trying to just play the show in my mind right now, and I'm like, what holiday am I missing? It is an oddball one, I know that much.
Mhm. Do you want another hint?
Um, yeah, I guess if you have a hint.
It's early on in the year.
Is it Valentine's Day?
It is Valentine's Day. Yes. They are planning for a date to Valentine's Day. I believe it's in the 40s section. So I think it's the
Yeah.
third show actually. But I could be incorrect about that. I know it is Valentine's Day because there's a few lines about preparing for a date for it, and uh, that's yeah. So that there's a few lines about that. It's definitely the most difficult one to get from that.
Yeah, because it's not like it's a card holiday. It's not
Yep.
not a real
Yeah.
holiday.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's like Mother's Day being one. Okay. How many carvings are on the Tree of Life?
Oh boy. Oh
This is where
man.
I was like, I have to step up the game here.
Oh yeah. No kidding. Oh wow. Do I get any buffer room on either side of the answers, or like does it have to be dead on?
Um, it's a pretty specific number. So
Okay.
I'll have to see what I can award you as you guess.
Okay. If it's a specific number, it's got to be based on like something related to the construction of the park or something like about the animal kingdom. You, the
I don't
only
know. I
one.
don't know if I'd go down that
Okay.
rabbit hole.
Okay. 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 There are a lot. I'm just gonna go with 98. Just because it opened in 1998. Feel like it's probably like 98, 100, something like that.
It's actually 325 animal carvings on the Tree of Life.
I was yeah, no, I definitely don't get that point. That's way
I was
off.
like, maybe if you get 300 or
Yeah, no.
315 or 320,
That's
but
I man, I don't look at the Tree of Life enough, obviously. I I'm too busy looking at for the food. Ah, man.
Yeah, next time you got to go and count them all and tell me
Yeah,
what
I guess.
animals.
Yeah,
That's the next trivia.
that's the next. I have to
Name
name
all
all
325 animals on the Tree of Life, please.
for 1 point.
Yeah,
That's
just
what
for 1 point. That's
that's
it.
what tests in like 1,000 level classes in college are like. Like for 1 point, name 325 particles.
I never took 1,000 level
Oh, I had to
courses in
take it for
college.
biology, and let me tell you, questions were kind of like that sometimes. Okay, let's see. Let's turn up the level a little bit on here. Walt Disney World's Highway in the Sky has trains that go by many colorful call signs. Which of these is not currently operating?
Okay.
We've got options here. We've got lime, orange, silver, or purple.
I haven't seen purple, so I'm going to say purple isn't used right now.
Purple is correct. That
Oh, there we go.
I'm surprised. I mean, the options help a little bit, but purple was retired after a crash in 2009 and was replaced by monorail teal.
I was going to say,
This
I've not seen purple in a long time.
Yeah, this also ended the practice of guests getting to sit up front with the monorail operators, because if the front of the cabin crashes into another monorail,
Yep.
you kind of have to do something for guest safety. So,
It's a
yeah,
shame.
purple no longer existing. We are currently tied with 5 questions done.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
so we both have 4 points.
All right. What is the name of the massive dinosaur in Dinoland that overlooks the Chester and Hester play area? It's right behind me here.
Oh no, Dinoland trivia. No, it's my weakness.
All right, I'll give you some options, okay?
Okay, okay.
Chester, Hester, Dino, and Dino Sue.
Oh, they all sound like real options.
Yeah.
Dino. Okay, so Dino Sue. I'm pretty sure that's the name of like the T Rex uh fossil, like the complete one that's like massive that I've seen
Mm.
at like the Chicago Field Museum. So I'm not going to go for that. I'm gonna go with Dino for it because I feel like Chester and Hester are the ones around the outside. I'm gonna lock in Dino.
So the answer online here is Dino Sue.
No. Dang. Okay. Yeah, Dinoland
But you're
trivia is
making me second guess this now. Uh
it. I mean, I trust your Dinoland knowledge implicitly, by the way. So like
yeah. I don't know. I found this answer online and I'm pretty sure that is what I remember from working there. But
okay, okay. I'll trust it. I'll trust it.
but
Uh
now when you said Dino Sue being the T-Rex skeleton, I was like, that's correct. I'm trying to figure out like yeah, like but yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna have to go with Dino Sue on this.
okay, okay. All right, let's see. Let's go with another tough one here. While this World Showcase Pavilion was apparently supposed to include a Carousel of Progress esque show inside, a measurement error during construction forced Imagineers to scrap those plans.
Hold on, I have to clarify. Dino Sue is not correct. So,
It's not?
yes, this is a wrong trivia question
Oh,
online. Because
oh,
you're right, it matches the Dino Sue. It is a reproduction of Sue.
okay,
So I will have to come up with another trivia question. But go
okay,
ahead and give me the question again.
okay. While this World Showcase Pavilion was apparently supposed to include a Carousel of Progress esque show inside, a measurement error during construction forced Imagineers to scrap those plans.
So it's supposed to have a carousel of progress type. Do they mean like
Rotating theater.
rotating? Okay. And what was the reason it got scrapped?
Measurement error. They measured it wrong. and the theater would not fit inside.
Oh boy. What pavilion?
I mean, it's basically multiple choice. Just a lot of options for multiple choice.
Yeah, is it a country pavilion?
It's a World Showcase pavilion.
Okay.
So
That's what I thought. Okay. I'm down to two
okay,
options. I'm at China and I'm at France.
okay.
China has the film that is in a big round theater that I'm thinking they could have been like, oh shit, we messed this up. Put a big circle vision in here. And I know France also has a show.
I will also say they did build the entire theater before finding out that it was incorrectly measured.
Yeah, so I am thinking I'm gonna go off the wall here. I'm gonna go China Pavilion.
It is not China, but it is another Asian country. It's Japan, actually.
Really?
Japan was supposed to feature an attraction called Meet the World, which is at Tokyo. But it was supposed to be like the signature attraction in the Japan Pavilion. And that big build, like, you know how you can enter that castle towards the back and they have all those exhibits there?
Yeah.
That was supposed to be the entrance for the queue.
Wow.
So you were supposed to go through there. And in that book that I got, they have concept art of Meet the World. It was supposed to be a full animatronic show. You know, it would have gone through all of Japanese history. And it got scrapped because they were off by around 3 or 4 inches. They made it too short. And so they had to scrap the entire thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And the support wouldn't have worked for it. So they could have tried to downsize, but because of that, the supports were all off. So that's why we don't have an attraction in the Japan Pavilion.
This is a shame.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you your next question here. That is
Okay.
the remake of the question.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Who or what is Big Bertha?
Who or what is Big Bertha? Oh man, I feel like I've heard that very recently too. Do you have a hint at all? Or is this something that I should just know?
I'll say you went to this resort on your last trip where Big Bertha resides.
Huh. God, I am coming up blank with any ideas. Man, what could it be? Big Bertha. God, what I'm completely drawing a blank on anything that it could. I'm gonna go with. I went to the resort. If I went to the resort, that's limiting it down to a few places. I don't think this is correct, but I'm gonna say like the water slide at the beach club resort.
No, this is the antique organ that was built in Paris and it's in Grand Floridian.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah. I do. God, yeah. I should have known that. Okay. I way overthought that. Definitely way overthought. Okay. I guess we're on question 7 now.
We're on so now I go again
Right. Okay.
because
Yep.
that
was the replacement
that was
question.
the replacement question for question 6. Okay. Name a film or TV show that has been filmed at Hollywood Studios.
Ooh. I know of one because it's a running joke on a YouTube channel I watch. Although, does it have to be a feature length film or can it be like a short film as well?
Well, it depends, I guess, on what it is. If it's not on this list, it's a no.
Okay. I'm gonna say The Lottery starring Bette Midler. was
Yes, the
filmed.
lottery was
Yes,
filmed there. Yes.
it's a running joke on the YouTube channel Yesterworld, which I watch quite a bit of. Whenever he goes through Hollywood studios history, he says, and this was the place where they filmed the hit movie The Lottery, starring Bette Midler, and then plays like a 1 minute or a 1 second clip from the movie.
Here is
Uh,
some others. Ernest Saves Christmas,
Never heard of that.
Splash 2, all right, the
Classic,
lottery,
yeah, classic.
Quick Change, never heard of it. Oscar, never heard of it. Passenger 57, Marvin's Room, Tarzan the Epic Adventures, Tower of Terror, that's the ABC
Right.
film, Instinct in 1999, and Kermit's Swamp Years in 2002. TV shows, they used, I would accept this answer, they filmed exteriors for the Golden Girls there. All New Mickey Mouse Club in the 80s and 90s
Right.
was filmed there. Adventures in Wonderland, Separate But Equal, Thunder in Paradise, Teen Win, Lose or Draw, From Earth to the Moon, Mortal Kombat Conquest, Big Bag, The Dooley and Pals Show.
Some real classics.
And if you would have mentioned one of these, I probably would have gave it to you. This is what movies were animated there.
Lilo and Stitch was.
Lilo
right?
and Stitch, Brother Bear, Mulan, John Henry. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a tough question though. I'm just lucky that a running joke on a YouTube channel I watch happens to include that.
My answer would have been Golden Girls. That is the one that they always showed the house on the back lot tour and stuff.
Yep. I was actually looking through old scrapbooks, and from my parents' honeymoon in 1998, my mom has a picture of that and said, "The Golden Girls house is here." And
That's funny.
So we're down to the last question. I have 5 and you have 4. So this is so if
For
you
the
get
top.
this one, yeah, and then all right. I don't want to give you like an impossible one because there's some of these that are really tough, but you know what? I'll let you choose what you want it to be because I've got a few. Do you want which of the 4 parks do you want trivia about? Because I've got one left for each.
Give me Magic.
Magic King.
I've
Are you
got
sure?
the magic
sure?
in me.
You picked the hardest one.
Oh, did I?
Are you sure about that? I'll give you one other. It's like a deal or no deal. You have the case. Do you want to swap it or do you want to keep it?
Let's keep it. Let's go Magic. Let's go.
All right. Main Street USA is based on Walt's hometown of Marceline, Missouri.
Yes.
But it's based off of one other American town. I've got options for this one.
All right.
I've got 4. We've got Nantucket, Massachusetts, Eureka Springs, Arkansas, Carson City, Nevada, or Fort Collins, Colorado. I told you it's a tough one.
Fort Collins. Lock it in.
That is correct. You got it.
Oh, there we go.
The other
I'm
ones,
pretty sure I heard that before. So once
Yeah.
the options were presented, I was like, that one sounds right.
The other ones I got from searching Best Small Towns America. And those were 3 that were on the list of 10. So Fort Collins is correct, which I've been to many times. And yeah, I can see the inspiration.
Nice.
So so if I get this next one wrong, I guess we tie.
Well, we tied now, right? Because I already gave you 7.
But you had to do the remake one, right? Or
yeah, and then I gave you my 7th one right after the remake.
wait, did I get 2 wrong then?
Yep, you got the animal carvings one wrong, and then the Big Bertha wrong.
Okay, so I guess we tied.
There you go. We tie round 1. All right. So
Yeah,
going
okay.
into
let's go
round
on
2.
to
Explain it. Yeah,
right,
explain
guess
it for the
attraction.
listeners.
Do you want? Yeah. So basically, it's like 20 questions. The other person is thinking of an attraction. The other person is going to ask yes or no questions. So, like for example, is it in Magic Kingdom? Right, and you can say yes or no, and then you have to go based on that.
Are we doing
And
attractions
I'm not
only,
sure. Did we?
or Like they can
I've
be
got
food or what?
attractions. Yeah, I've got like food, like not carts, like tiny carts or something, but
Hmm.
like restaurants, I think, are fair game. Hotels can be fair game, I think,
Okay.
if you want to do that. Uh, and then the other thing is, do you want to do extinct attractions or no?
Let's keep it.
So
Let's
attractions that did exist.
keep it stuff going on right now.
Keep it current. Okay. Current. So current attractions, you can ask yes or no questions to get to it. And I've got my handy dandy Gonzaga University timer here.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if you could hear the beeps from it, but
Yep.
did you want to go first, or should I go first?
And when you say go first, you
Like
mean
for guessing, or
okay.
for guessing.
Since I just guessed, I will have you guess.
Okay. I wonder if I can like hold that up and like is that visible for like the time right there?
No, but what I'll do is
No. Okay.
once I say go, I'll put a timer on the screen too, and then I'll just try to match it with when it goes
There we
off
go.
or whatever.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Ready?
So you've got you. Yep. I'm ready.
I got it in my head.
Let
So
me know when you're starting
let's
it.
go.
All right. All right. Is it a in Magic Kingdom?
No,
I should start off with, is it an attraction?
no,
Is it a resort?
no.
Is it a restaurant then? It's got to be
Yes.
a restaurant. Okay. Is it in one of the four parks?
Yes.
Okay. Is it Epcot?
No.
Hollywood Studios?
Yes.
Okay. Is it quick service or table service?
Table.
Table. 50s prime time?
No.
Is it in the uh left side of the park or the right side of the park?
Left.
Is it Oga's Cantina?
Yes, it is.
Yes. Okay. With 31 seconds to spare there. Okay. That was stressful. I did not start optimally there. I after table service and it wasn't 50s prime time, I was like, I feel like it's got to be Oga's because I know you're a huge fan of Oga's, but
Yeah, I love Ogas.
so I'm gonna keep track. I'm gonna say I finished one with 31 seconds left.
Okay.
Uh, and and feel free to set a timer for yourself as well when you do it, so you can track for yourself.
Yeah, because I think we
Uh,
got a bit of a
when you're
delay right
guessing,
now.
but
So
yeah, a little bit.
I'm gonna set a timer on my end too.
Okay, I'm thinking of one, and whenever you're ready, I've got it.
Okay. Are you ready? All right, I'm gonna start
Yes,
guessing now. All right, is it in a park? Okay, is
yes,
it in Magic Kingdom?
no,
Okay, is it in Epcot? Is it an
yes,
attraction? Spaceship
yes,
Earth.
no. Good
Okay.
guess.
Um, is it in Future World? Yes.
Yes,
Is it something you ride in a car? Is it
yes.
Test Track?
It is. It is Test Track.
All right, it took me
I've
42
got I've got
seconds.
49
So
seconds. Yep, I've got 42 seconds. So yeah, that's wait, I'm doing the
42 plus
math in my head.
49 would be something like that.
Yeah. You were counting up. Were you
Mine
counting down
counts
or
up
counting
because
up?
I couldn't. Mine only lets me count down from. Oh yeah, I guess I could have done a minute and 30 seconds for the stop timer, but I was doing a stopwatch. But
Okay, so
whatever. Mine was
yours was
counting up.
counting up and it said you took 42 seconds.
Yep.
Okay. that's about what I have because I have 49 seconds left. So you had it with 48 left then?
You mean I?
Does that
Yeah,
math
yeah,
that math adds up, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you're in the lead. You had more time left.
All right.
So I've got to be better this time.
So we're doing
Gotta
2 rounds
be
of
faster.
this, right?
We're doing two? Okay. All right.
Okay. So I got it. So whenever you're
Okay.
ready.
All right. I'm gonna start now. Is it in a park?
Yes.
Is it an attraction?
Yes.
Is it in Magic Kingdom?
Yes.
Okay. Uh is it a dark ride?
I don't know.
Okay. Is it Fantasyland?
No.
Tomorrowland?
Yes.
Okay. And it's an attraction. Buzz Lightyear.
No.
Space Mountain.
No.
Carousel of Progress.
No.
And it is an attraction, right? Like
Yes.
it's a ride. Okay. People Mover.
No.
Astro Orbiter.
No.
The Laugh Floor. Oh God.
No.
Autopia.
No.
What am I missing in Tomorrowland? Oh God. Tron. Is it
Yes.
Tron? Oh, thank God.
The hint there, by the way, is
I had 9 seconds.
the I don't know because I've never wrote it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I had 9 seconds left. I think you're gonna take this round unless I really stump you with this one here. Um,
Yeah, let me get my watch ready.
yeah, I'm trying to think of. Okay, I think I yeah. Let's go with that one. Yeah, yeah. I think that's a
Okay.
good one.
Ready? Set.
Yep.
And I start. Is it a restaurant? Is it in a park?
Yes. Yes. Oh
Is
God.
it in Animal Kingdom? Is it
Yes.
in Africa?
No.
Is it in Asia? Is
No.
it in Dinoland? Is
No.
it in the middle area?
Discovery Island. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Is it quick service? Is it
Yes.
Pizza Fari?
No.
Is it what is the name of that other one? Flame Tree Barbecue.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
All right, that took me
Dang.
51 seconds
Yeah. No.
according
You.
to.
You. Yeah. You win. You win that. You definitely win that one. Uh. So.
Champion of round
Yeah. You.
2.
You. So you. Yep. You win that one. I've got to catch up on these next ones then. Uh. Not knowing the wood carvings in Animal Kingdom really hurt me, huh?
Yep. Got to study up next time. All right,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
let's do
All right.
wavelength. So explain this to people if they haven't played.
Yep. Wavelength. Basically, one person thinks of a number from 1 through 10. And so they know that number. The other person does not. The other person can ask for a variety of different things. So, for example, if I'm thinking of a number, Jordan might ask, what is, give me a food item that, like a Disney food item that you would give this rating to. And if the number is like, I don't know, a 10, right? For example, I would say, the dill pickle fries from the fry basket at Epcot, right? So, and then Jordan would
All right,
think,
I'm writing that
okay,
down.
yeah,
I'm writing that
he
down.
thinks that's really good. Yeah, he thinks that's really good. So that would be a 10. And so you can ask up to, let's say, 4 questions, like for 4 different things within the parks so you can try and narrow it down to what it is. And I think what we're going to do is if you get it right on, the number right on, you get 2 points. But if you're off one number in either direction, you get a point still. Just so we don't go through and like we both get 0 or something like that. Maybe expanding it out a little bit. So with that, you just guessed. So I think that means it's my turn to start with it. So
Yes, that means I pick a number, right?
think of a number and yep, viewers, you can play or listeners, viewers or listeners, you can play along too. And at the end of this, Jordan will give the number that he's thinking of.
All right, I got my number.
All right. So to start off with, I'm going to go with let's start with a restaurant at a quick service restaurant in the parks.
Okay, let's go quick service restaurant. I'm gonna go Cosmic Rays here.
Okay, so immediately I'm thinking this is like a 9 or a 10. Like that. I know you're a huge fan of Cosmic Rays. With the next one, let's go for like let's go for an attraction. Like an attraction. Yeah, just an attraction. I won't specify a park.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, so that's pretty high up there. That's definitely it's definitely pretty high up there. Next, how about what about like yeah, that we'll go for that. Themed land.
Ooh, I did not prepare for themed lands.
Sorry,
So
a little bit
I'll
out of left field there.
go with Liberty Square.
Liberty Square. Okay. And to finish it off, let's go with a food item at the parks.
Ice cream cookie sandwich.
Ooh, okay. I'm not sure how much you like. I was if it was like you said chicken, if you said the chicken nuggets, I would have locked in with like a 10. But I'm gonna say let's go let's go with a 9. I'm gonna guess you have a 9 for this one.
This was a 10. This was a 10.
It was a 10. Okay.
Yeah. Ice cream
Wow.
cookie
I
sandwich is my
thought for
favorite
sure
park snack. I also had a meal written down here in case you asked for a meal. That was the chicken nuggets. I avoided telling you that
okay. So I had
because
asked
I knew
you.
that would be a 10. I also had favorite characters down here like Oswald, and I had Star Wars Weekends written down here in case if that would ever come up. But that was what I had down for 10s.
Like a special event. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So I'll take a point. I'll take a point on the first one there.
We get a point
Okay.
for
I
close, you
think
said?
yeah, for one away.
Okay,
So two
one away.
points for getting it right on, and 1 point for getting it one away in either direction.
All right, cool.
I've got my number. Here.
All right. So give me an attraction.
An attraction. I'm gonna go for this one. I'm gonna go with not quite that. I'm gonna say Frozen Ever After.
I know you don't like Frozen Ever After, so I'm thinking this is a low number. Um, give me a food item.
A food item for this. Uh, we'll say a Mickey pretzel.
Oh, see, for me that would probably be high. Okay. Let's go with Uh, Give me a theme park.
Ooh, like, do you mean like, ooh, ooh, that's tough.
Or a
I'll,
themed
I'll
land if it's
go.
too tough for you.
I mean, if we're saying like theme park, I'll say like, I don't know, Blizzard Beach, I guess.
Oh, jeez. Okay. And I guess give me a restaurant, quick service restaurant.
Quick service restaurant for this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, hmm, let's see, what would be the right one for this? I'll I'll give it like pizza Rizzo.
Ooh, I'm thinking a three here.
Are you locking in on three?
I don't know if I should. Uh, the Mickey pretzel thing's throwing me off, but I would assume that the Frozen Ever After is what's dragging me down to a three here. I'm not sure how you feel about Pizza Rizzo and the theme park Blizzard Beach. I feel like I'm going for like a three.
All right, you're locking in on three.
Yeah.
Uh, and a three will get you 1 point because it was four.
Oh, okay,
So
I'll take it.
you're I'm not a huge fan of the Mickey pretzel. I feel like they're a little dry sometimes. You know,
Dry's the
there's
best
other
part.
snacks that I'd
Dry's
much
the
rather
best part.
prefer. See, I like I like a pretzel to be like really soft and like, feel like I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan of the Mickey pretzel. I
Like
can't
whenever I
really
go to
explain.
Cracker Barrel, I get their
I almost
biscuits and I just eat them without any butter or jelly on them, just shove them down my throat, choke on
oh
it a
yeah.
bit. Yeah, I like dry. I mean, I am
All right.
white.
So we're tied right now. That's true. Yeah, this is true. So we're tied right now, 1 point apiece. So once you have your next number, I'm ready to go for this next round.
All right, I got my number.
Okay, let's start off with an attraction.
Oh, okay. An attraction. What do I have written down here? Um, can it be a show?
Yeah, yeah, that
Okay,
counts too.
Phantasmic.
Ooh, okay. I'm pretty sure you're a decently big fan of Phantasmic. I think you like it a good amount. You've already done a 10, so I don't think it's going to be 10 again.
No, it's not
But
10
I'm
again.
thinking
I'll tell
more
you that
around
right
like
off the bat.
seven. Yeah. Okay. I'm thinking like seven, like 7 to 8 range maybe with Phantasmic. Um, let's go with a quick service restaurant for this.
ABC Commissary.
Now I know when we did the draft of like quick service restaurants, you mentioned that one. You picked that one as a quick service. I remember that because I took one of your options. So I know you like it enough to put it in like a top 10 basically at least. So I'm still thinking 7 or 8 or around that. Let's go character. Let's go a character.
Okay, character. I did not write down character for this one, so let me think of one off the top of my head here.
Okay.
I'll go Goofy.
Goofy. Okay, so a classic, still thinking in that 7-8 range. Um let's see what and then one more. I don't think I've asked this yet. So a food item. Let's go a food item.
Okay, I'll go with the Mickey Mouse ice cream bar.
A lot of classics. A lot of classics in this. Uh, I'm gonna go with a 7. I think I'm gonna go with 7.
You nailed it. It's 7.
Yes. All right. I got it. Okay. Same wavelength. All right. So for the tie, you've got to get this one right on for me.
Okay.
So, are you ready for that?
Yes.
All right. Um, I've got my number here. I've got it.
Okay. Food item.
Food item. I am going to go. Wait, I had one on there originally for it, but I think I might change it up because I think there's a better option for it now. I'm gonna go with the pepper jack stuffed pretzel from
Mhm.
Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom that they've got.
Okay. Um, how about an attraction?
An attraction, I'm gonna go with, we'll say, Big Thunder Mountain for this one.
Hmm. Okay. Um, restaurant,
Do you want quick service or table service?
whichever.
Whichever one. For that, I will go Casey's Corner.
Okay. And I guess, uh, let's see here.
Pressure's on.
If you can give me a themed land.
Themed land for this one. I am going to go with, uh yeah, you know what? Give me Adventureland for that.
Hmm. I'm thinking an 8 here is kind of where I'm at. Uh, I know you like the
That's the bottom you're
pretzel.
getting?
I'm not sure about the Big Thunder. I'm not sure you're on Big Thunder because for me that'd be lower. But I think I'm gonna lock in with an 8 here.
You tied it up. You got it.
Oh,
It is an
nice.
8. Yeah. So we tied on yet another game.
So it comes down to the last game, right?
uh
Oh wait, two games.
well,
Two games. Sorry,
there's two. We've got Price is Right and Grid
that's right.
Trivia. So I've got to pick up a win here. You know, I thought I almost had it for that one, but all right, for Price is Right, I guess first.
Yeah,
I have 5 items on here, but like, I don't know how many you put down, so we
I
can
wrote 4. Let's
change
go
out
with
from that.
3.
Okay, okay, and then if we need, we can do a tiebreaker
A tiebreaker.
as
Yeah,
well if
yeah.
that
Okay.
for this one. Yeah.
All right. So the item I am presenting to you right now is a
All right.
Mickey Mouse caramel apple.
Ooh,
Classic.
a classic one. So not like one like that has like just Mickey Mouse, like the character elements on it, right? Like
Yeah, just like the one that you candy cauldron or whatever.
right. Ooh. Now I know those have gone up in price a little bit recently,
Everything has.
but how much in price? Yeah, everything has. Uh I'm gonna say that's like, I don't know, 6.99.
Ooh, it is $12.99. You were exactly $6 off here.
God. Yeah. Okay. So, for game 4, item 1, I was $6 off. Okay. All right.
I probably would have guessed something like
Jeez.
that
Okay. That
too,
was.
honestly.
I swear the last time I remember seeing it, it was like 6.99, but I like never get them.
Yeah,
So
where I went on
that's
the
on me
app here
for
is
not
the
not.
confectioner area on Main Street, and it said
Okay. Yeah.
Mickey
Yeah.
caramel apple $12.99.
Man, 12.99.
That's a lot
I'm
for
not
an
paying
apple,
that
man.
much for a caramel apple.
No.
Yeah. All right. First one for you that I've got here is the price of an adult breakfast buffet at Chef Mickey's. So you're an adult, you're hungry in the morning. You head to Chef Mickey's, right? How much are you paying for that?
Yikes. Um, I know with my discount it was probably around $41. I'm gonna go with let's go $55 for Chef Mickey's.
It is $51.
Oh,
So is price is right rules? If you go over, you bust. Is that how it works, or is it
I can't remember.
you're more of the gate? We can just count it on either way, I guess.
Yeah,
If
just
you
let's
want
count it
to.
either way. Yeah.
So $4. You were $4 off on that. Not as bad as mine, but gives me at least room to come back. Maybe.
Right, right. Okay. A staple here for old Jordan. Four chicken
At first,
strips,
I thought you meant like a staple.
four chicken strips with French fries. Meal at Cosmic Rays. How much is
Ooh,
this?
okay. Cosmic rays. Uh, I'm gonna say 11.99.
You're close. You're close. It is 10.49. Cheaper than a
I
caramel
will
apple
take
if
that.
you want.
That's ridiculous. Cheaper than a caramel apple, man. Okay. Uh, I'll take it though. 50 cents off. Definitely an improvement from the first one. Okay. I've got the next one here.
Well, $1.50
The
off.
price of $1.50. Okay.
Yeah, it was
Still
10.49.
not
You
bad.
guessed
Still not bad.
11.99.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. All right. The price of a kitchen sink sundae at Beaches and Cream. Ice
Isn't it
cream
like
shop at Beach Club.
27.39?
27.39.
Yeah.
It is $36.
Oh no.
Oh wait, hold on.
Dang.
I forgot to put the period in there. 27.39. You said right?
Yeah.
27.39.
27.39.
861 off. I think that puts me into the lead for now,
Yeah,
but
so far, yeah. I think
still got
so.
another round here. So yeah.
Okay. A
All
seasonal
right.
item right now. This is what they call on the list here a mini pumpkin. Mini, not mini like Minnie Mouse. But it has pumpkin
Okay.
mousse, caramel, dolce grunch, and chocolate decor. How much for a mini pumpkin?
I'm guessing this is like at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
I actually
Um
just saw it on like I think I found this on
oh okay.
Artist
It's
Palettes
just a
at
seasonal item in general.
Saratoga. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's just a seasonal item in general. Uh chocolate mousse. I'm gonna say 6.49 for that.
You're close. You're close. It is 5.99.
I will take that. That one I'm 50 cents off on, which I think means I win this one because I think I'm $8 off total. But do you want to do another one for fun here?
I think I have to guess the last one, don't I?
Yeah. I if you I mean if yeah, let's get it. One of my favorites. You know this is one of my favorites, right? The price of a bag of chocolate malt balls. You know, my like literally my favorite snack to get
Hmm.
at Disney, right? If we were doing it like on wavelength, this is a 10, right?
Yeah, this I know I've bought recently too, but I
How
can't pull it out. I'm
yeah,
gonna say
I
7.29.
bought it is 8.99.
Oh,
So a little ways off. You're $1.70 off there. Which means that in total, let's do the math here. You are $14.31 off on the 3 items. And I recovered pretty well. I was off by $8.
Nice.
I
Well, we all
thought,
know the Price is
hey,
Right is
hey, that sets it
dumb
up per
anyway, so
worst game show ever. But that does set us up for grid trivia as the tiebreaker. We've both won one. We've tied in two. The Olympics comes down to the classic Behind the Dreams podcast game.
yes. And I just need you
which
to
is
allow
Disney
screen
Grid
share.
Trivia. Oh, yeah. Let me
Once you
do
exit it
that.
with the glitch, it gave you everything back.
Oh, whoops. Make you co-host, and that should allow you to screen share.
Okay, so just to set this up here, I did something a little different. So
okay, and should we do like a timing for it? Like you have to, like I've got to, like is that
yeah,
how we
yeah,
should
because I got to
do it?
get
We're
ready
not
to go.
looking at it
So
yet, but okay.
so we'll try to do
Yep.
this
My
within.
eyes are closed. You can see they're closed.
Let's do like I don't know 3 minutes at most here.
3 minutes. I was thinking we just like time it and see whoever has the lowest time.
Oh, okay, we could do that too.
Yeah. Do you want to start the timer, or and because I've got my eyes closed. I'm not cheating.
Yeah, so what I'm going
Not
to
ruining the
explain
credibility
here
of it.
real quick is the way I set this up is we have movies on the top row, and then where you can find those things is what you're trying to fill out in that park, okay? So
Okay.
start.
All right.
So we've got Beauty and the
Okay.
Beast,
Beauty and the Beast.
the Muppets, and Frozen, and the parks are Magic Kingdom, Hollywood, and Epcot.
Okay. So right away, Beauty and the Beast and Magic Kingdom, Enchanted Tales with Belle. We're gonna lock that in.
Okay, yep.
Frozen and Magic Kingdom. Oh God. Okay, I'm skipping that for now. Hollywood Studios and Frozen, the Frozen Saint Laurent celebration in
Yep.
the Hyperion Theater, I believe. Epcot and Frozen, Frozen Ever After.
Yep.
Hollywood Studios Beauty and the Beast is the Beauty and the Beast live on stage.
Yep.
Oh man. Muppets and Hollywood Studios, Muppet Vision.
Yep.
Oh man, I've still got a few that I'm just blanking on. Oh, Epcot and Muppets. Does the Brew Wayne at the Odyssey count for Food and Wine Festival?
Yes, we can count that. Yep.
Otherwise, I'm guessing you're thinking like Regal Eagle up in World Showcase for Muppets.
There's a few options for Muppets actually that I've got.
There are. Okay. We'll go over that at the end. Beauty and the Beast and Epcot. I'm guessing France Pavilion. Like I think they do a show where there's some of Beauty and the Beast in there.
You're close. There's a meet and greet of Belle at Beauty and the Beast at Epcot.
Okay, that would have been my second choice. That I would have said that after. And then what do I still have? I have Magic
Frozen
Kingdom, Muppets, and Frozen.
Frozen at Magic and Muppets at Magic. Yeah.
Okay. Can it be past
Yes.
attractions
Yep.
or past things, or is it like okay? Great moments in history, with the Muppets
Yep.
in Magic Kingdom, but only the American parts. And Frozen in Magic Kingdom. Oh man, I'm guessing there's got to be something in like Fantasyland related to Frozen. Is there like an Anna and Elsa meet and greet in New Fantasyland? Oh, Fairy Tale Hall, Princess Fairy Tale Hall.
Yeah, I think
Can
they
we meet
used to
them
be
there?
there. I think they used to be there.
Okay.
But actually, Frozen has been in a few parades and Christmas parades and Christmas shows there.
Right. Okay.
So really any of those can kind of fit in for there.
All right.
But yeah, so the other
what was my
options for
time there?
Muppets
How'd
is
I do?
2 minutes 40 seconds.
I'll take it.
Other options for Muppets and
Okay.
Epcot, they have Kermit and Miss Piggy topiaries for the Flower and Garden. They have Muppet Labs, I think, used
Right.
to be there driving around.
Right. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And Frozen at Epcot, I would also say the meet and greet is applicable if you don't want to use
Right.
Frozen Ever After. And then this originally started off without Epcot being on here, and I had the Beauty and the Beast column, and I had a resort column. Would you a resort row? Would you be able to say where there's
Mm.
Beauty and the Beast representation at the resorts?
Ooh. Oh God. I'm not sure if I can actually.
You were just at this
Where is the
resort.
Beauty and the Beast rep? I was?
Yeah.
Oh God, what?
I've been trying to fit this into a grid, but it just can't ever work out. But at Grand
Is it
Floridian,
where is it?
Grand Floridian,
Really? Oh. Where is it at Grand Floridian? I'm
on the second floor, there is a restaurant called Enchanted Rose, and it has themed rooms of Beauty and the Beast, and even the Rose, I think, is there. But yeah,
okay. Okay, okay. All right. So I'm trying to think of the best way to do this because the one that I have is not isn't the greatest. So I think
just send it
I
to
think I
me
can
or share it or
yeah,
whatever, and then
I'll just
I
send
can
it to you.
pretty up and post. It's fine.
Okay. Let's grab there we go. All right, I sent it as a text and let me know when you've got it.
Okay, I have it.
Oh, uh, okay, yeah, it has. So you can see on the sides here, we've got past, future world. So attractions that used to exist, no longer. Disney's California Adventure and MGM Studios. That doesn't mean that it had to only exist then, just that it
Okay,
opened
it
when
did at that point.
Hollywood
Okay.
Studios was MGM Studios. Yeah, and then at the top we have Renaissance era themed. We've got original characters were created for this attraction, and both coasts. So the attraction was in Disneyland Resort and Walt Disney World, but it originated in whatever the category is. So, for example, like California Adventure originated in California Adventure, but then went to Disney World. So, with that, I should grab a timer
So
and
it's a ride on both coasts
we're
that
good to go.
started in the park on the left.
Yes.
Okay, in the columns. Okay.
Yep.
All right, I'll start my timer too. Okay, and
All right.
go.
Starting it now. Okay.
Okay, so I will say, uh, MGM Studios Renaissance era themed. I'll go with the uh, let's go the Ariel show.
Yep. Voyage of the Little Mermaid. Yep.
Original characters created. I'm gonna go the uh the Rex droid that drives Star Tours.
Yep.
And then both coasts and originated in category park. I'm gonna go with Tower of Terror.
Yep. It came to California Adventure in 2004.
Uh okay, both coasts originated in category park. DCA is soaring. Um
Yep.
Renaissance era themed in DCA. Skip that for now. Okay, past future world Renaissance era themed. Yikes. Past future world
I've got it. I've got a hint on that. It was a show.
in future world. Oh, was it
Yep.
the Lion King show there?
Yep. You got it. Yep. Circle of Life.
Original characters created Figment. I'll go with past future world. Uh,
Figment
both
works there.
both coasts originated in category park for past future world. Hmm, not sure there. So what am I missing? DCA original character,
You're Yep, and Renaissance era themed in DCA, and both coasts originating in past future world.
past future world. Shoot, I don't know California Adventure enough to gander a guess for a Renaissance era theme.
I'll tell you that it's a ride that eventually came to Magic Kingdom. And it's an Omni mover, pretty slow.
Huh.
And it's part of New Fantasyland. that gives it away, actually.
Oh, is it the aerial journey under the sea thing?
It, yes, it
I didn't
is.
realize
Yep,
that was a DCA ride.
it was. Yeah.
What created an original character in Disney's California Adventure?
And it can be a ride that then came to the park where they were an original character at the time that they were created. So they didn't exist in media before.
Huh. And then both coasts originated past future world is what I got left, right?
And I will say almost all of these are shows.
Oh, dang.
And like theater shows.
Hmm. Well, that's really gonna hurt me then.
Actually,
Um,
they've all been in the same building as well. They all were occupied the same building in Epcot.
I'm gonna have to give up, I think.
I've got one more hint. We talked about one of those shows that originated in Future World recently.
Did we really?
Very recently. Yep. In fact, TikTok plug, you can check out at Behind the Dreams Pod on TikTok to see more about this attraction.
Geez, that throws me off even more. It didn't help me at all.
Really?
Yeah. Uh, yeah, I don't
A
know.
past Future World attraction that you're
That
gonna
moved
really kick yourself when you
that
hear
moved
this one.
over. Oh, it no, I don't know. I can't get it.
It's Captain EO.
Oh, they played that over there too? I had no
Yep.
clue.
It came to Disneyland 6 days later. In fact, that area underneath Space Mountain was the theater for Captain EO originally.
Oh no, I had no clue that they played it there.
Okay. So did you want to take a last guess at the original character created for DCA?
No, I don't think I can get it.
Okay. Uh, I can give you some of the answers here. I I just stopped the timer at 5:42, so
Yeah.
I think I might have made that a little too difficult. So that's my bad on there. So let's go through the categories here. You got the only answer for Renaissance era themed for each of the first ones. So Circle of Life is the only one for Past Future World, Little Mermaid, Voyage Under the Sea for California Adventure, and Voyage of the Little Mermaid, the show for MGM Studios. For original characters created, this one had the most for Past Future World. But you got Figment. There was also the Dream Finder. You could have picked anyone from Captain EO.
Mm-hmm.
Horizons had a series of family members and robots that you could use, including Tom Morrow, is from Horizons. If you had said anything from Kitchen Cabaret or Food Rocks, that also would have worked because all original characters there, such as Bonnie Appetit and what's another good one? Milk. You could have said a food basically, and it would have
Yeah.
worked. Uh, both coasts originating in Category Park for, or actually, let's keep doing original characters. For DCA, any of the characters from the Hollywood Tower Hotel except Rod Sterling, of course. Uh,
Mm.
Superstar Limo had a terrible puppet named Swifty LaRue, who was awful, that was created for it. Didn't exist for long. Mission Breakout includes a new assistant named Afida to the collector that was not seen in any of the MCU properties beforehand. And Muppet Vision, which played in DCA, includes Waldo, the 3D guy from the show, who was brand new. But then MGM Studios, Star Tours, you got Rex, again, the ghost from Tower of Terror, and Waldo from Muppet Vision. For both coasts originating in the Category Park, past Future World, you had Captain EO, which premiered in Disneyland 6 days after Epcot. Magic Journeys, which was there prior to Captain EO, which came over 2 years after premiering in 1984, and Honey, I Shrunk the Audience, which came to Disneyland in 1998. So whenever they made a new show in Epcot, they just kind of shipped it over to Disneyland, and that's that's what they've been doing ever since, really. And then kind of Innoventions, but they premiered on the same day, so kind of, but close enough. California Adventure, Little Mermaid, which came to Magic Kingdom in 2012 after opening in 2010, and Soarin', which came to Epcot in 2005 after originating in 2001. And last one, MGM Studios, Tower of Terror, which came to California Adventure in 2004, and Muppet Vision, which went to California Adventure in 2001. So overall, I think given how difficult I made it, which I was really looking for new categories, as you can
Yeah,
tell.
I cry foul because
For
I would not know any original credit characters in DCA for Mission Breakout. I never rode Mission Breakout yet. I
That's
haven't been
my
there in
bad.
7 years.
I forgot you hadn't been here since. Yeah, I forgot that. Although you had me try and guess that there were 325 animals carved into the Tree of Life.
Well,
So
yeah,
there is
it's a
that.
nice factoid.
And it is. Uh, Overall, though, I barely won. I'd say I had some pretty terrible performances though throughout there, especially on Guess the Attraction, where yeah, that did not go well for me at all.
Yeah, I won round 2, and that's the most important round.
But yeah, no, all the other games are basically fake. You know, you won the most important one. You
Exactly.
also came up with the clutch play on Wavelength, to be fair.
Yep.
So, uh, even if you didn't win, you didn't lose badly. So there was no sweep involved. Took it all the way to game 5.
Yep. Yeah, I'm like the Warriors and Cavs going to game 7. Uh, we'll wrap it up here for our 100th celebration. Um, but yeah, so you can follow us. All of our socials are in the description below or on your podcast show notes. Follow us on the TikTok. We're doing more stuff on there. But yeah, that's next week we'll be doing something recapping those Destination D23, and we'll see how it goes. So 2 episodes this week coming out here. Yeah.
Hopefully you enjoyed the mega episode. You know, this is a little bit longer, but I
This
don't
is a
know,
long one.
something fun for the 100th episode, right? Yeah, this is a long one, but hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you enjoyed playing along in some of the trivia, and you know, give us any feedback if you want for how to improve those things in the future. If you want to see some of those games come back again, but otherwise, thanks for staying tuned for 100 episodes if you've been here since the beginning, and hopefully you and us will be here for 100 more.
100 more in the next 6 years.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep, at least. We'll try and do a little bit better on the pacing.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Thanks everyone for listening and watching. We'll catch you next time.